One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into the Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my co-host, good friend and good pal, John Audius. Man, John, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Ahman. Doing awesome.
All right. So as you know, when we get into this show, if you're new to the show, we check in from last week's episode because obviously we're doing something, in life. So we just catch everybody up from what we did. And you know what? In the Twitch chat, if you got stuff you've been up
And I'm not sure if Ahman froze for everybody else, but if you're in the Twitch chat, we will see your comments as well. Ahman, I'm just going to talk because I think Ahman got frozen. But we got a very special guest today. We'll go through our game releases a little bit later on. We'll go through what we're watching on stream. Hey, Ahman's back.
There we go.
I was setting up the show, Ahman. I didn't know whether or not I should go.
We've always had technical difficulties on the show for some reason. Yeah, we're back. But yeah, we talk about everything in the industry from the actual competitive side of esports to, game launches. And we're going to give you our recommendations for game releases out this week. And then also our recommendations for what's on stream. And for me, it's going to be what's in theaters because one of the biggest releases, the first big release of the summer was out this weekend. And I'll get right into it, but I won't go all the way into it because that's part of my what's on stream, even though it's not on stream yet, but it will be when it does hit Disney Plus. But Doctor Strange. So how my weekend went, John. I think I told you guys this last week, but I went down. I had a friend that I've been knowing for a couple of years. We met going to cons. I went to E3 one year. And a friend of a friend said, "Hey man, you gotta meet this guy. He has a booth. He's selling gear stuff, Ubisoft games like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six. You could, get to know him, and and he's a great guy. On top of that, too, it's just great that he actually does fun stuff to the gamers, gamer T-shirts, Funko Pop, stuff like that. So I met him up, and then ever since then we hung out. We've been hanging out. He actually invited me down to Mexico City a few years ago before COVID hit, and I helped him with his booth at a Gears of War tournament at the professional circuit tournament. So I was able to go down Mexico City, which was my first time in my life, but then go, witness a Gears of War pro tournament and how it was run, see all the pro teams there, and just a fantastic time. And then of course, great food being in Mexico City, having the authentic street tacos, things of that nature, which was great. And so that was just a good time, to meet him. But then he said to me, "Hey, Ahman, I do this thing where basically I invite friends over and we do a Halo LAN party, and we play games, and we're gonna tie that in with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness." Before I finish that, though, I gotta let John, drop in this ad from our sponsors of BetOnline. So here you go, John.
Yeah, that's right. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. So you can find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA and NHL playoffs. Watching a little bit of the NBA playoffs.
It's been going tough.
Yeah,
for some teams.
It has been. Major League Baseball, which is, in full swing, fights, and even next season's NFL futures. Now, BetOnline is your
Good gracious. We just
I
got
guess so.
Football.
I guess they're. By the way, speaking of the NFL, you saw Brady sign like a broadcasting contract for like $300 million.
What?
Yeah, when he's retired.
I didn't see that. Oh my
He's got
goodness.
a 10-year deal with Fox for it's some outrageous. It's
And he's
basically
still playing.
it's basically an MLB contract. What a star in MLB makes, but he's going to be making it for Fox. But anyway,
my good. Well, 7 Super Bowls will get you that.
yeah, BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wager needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. And it's super easy to get started. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code. It's Believe, BLEAV, and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Yep. So what started this weekend for me was my first Halo LAN party. I've been playing Halo since the first one back in 1999, 2000 on the big Xbox with the X on it and the Xbox green symbol in the middle. And we started with Halo 1. on Saturday night, and then we went all the way to Halo 3 and started playing that, which was, great. But then also been playing Halo Infinite for me a lot, so I had to remind myself, okay, no sprinting, there's no clamoring. Grenades still work pretty good. You just throw grenades, the radius kills, helps get guys that are one shot off the map really well. So just had to do those sort of reminders. But some of his friends were really good players. One kid was on there. He was a snipe guru. I had to make sure I ducked and hide, make sure he didn't see me in clear sight of view. So I ducked and hide from that. So they put him on an opposing team. So we're basically going to back and forth. So I think overall, like a win and loss, we're about even.
Okay.
We were probably like 4-4 or 5-5 head to head. And then we did a couple FFA, which is free for all, or lone wolf at that time. And I ended up winning a few of those as well. We're going back and forth, but it was straight up fun. Like, their friends, they know, when you got close friends playing against one another, you know each other. And so you're going to trash talk each other. So there's a lot of good trash talking going on.
Love it.
Between Quentin is my friend and his friends there. So they were going back and forth. I don't trash talk, so I was just laughing.
That sounds so much fun.
I
How many
got you.
people? How many people were you?
It was 9 people total. So we was rotating guys out of the chairs. So the thing was, when we were doing FFA, free for all or lone wolf, if you were at the bottom 2, you had to get up out the chair. It's like you didn't make it to the final round. No soup for you. You're out of here. But you could rotate back in. When the next final 2, get at the bottom, you could come back in.
That's where I would be, by the way. If I'd come to the Halo LAN party, I would have been out of the chairs and all of that. Just getting crushed.
Yeah. So, and then gamer food, pizza and hot wings, donuts, and I think it was somebody brought some cheese and dip, chips and cheese dip, something like that. So now I get into our guest coming in. So this guy probably has been part of a LAN. He's part of that generation that's already been doing it. Being in the time that he's in right now, a LAN party he's probably been to 8 of them to this point in his life. And it was a funny thing last night. Like, I knew he was a gamer. I didn't know what game he's played, but I tuned into his stream last night. He was playing Halo just as I wrapped up my stream last night. So I'm gonna bring my man, quarterback from the Green Bay Packers, my man Benkert. Man, Kurt, how you doing?
What up? Thanks for having me, man. Glad to be here. I'm good.
Hey, I'm excited about this because it just, the generations of gaming and football are now coming, other sports too, because I've done tournaments with Major League Baseball players. And I got to say, Kurt, I don't know if you ever played with no MLB players yet, but in Warzone or Call of Duty, they are nasty. They are sweaty.
I believe it.
They're super sweaty. So
I feel like they got a little more time on their hands.
That's what I said.
They got a little more time on their hands than we do. But
that's what I said.
We make up for it in the long run.
Exactly. So, like I was saying, the generation is just now it's just part of life. It's like nothing new. Like, this was new to me, and I was just telling John before we went live, like, man, if this was going on during the middle of my career, I would have been like all day, come home for practice, try to take a mini nap, and like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna try to jump on.
I believe it. It's so cool, like, how things are changing. And when I got in the league in 2018, like, I didn't tell anybody that I played, like, coaches wise, until like 2019, 2020, kind of when COVID started, like Twitch started picking up. But like, I had been playing competitively since I was a kid, but again, it had that negative stigma around it. Like, get off the game, go practice more football. Like, you only practice so much football. You know how that is. Correct. So for me, like, to finally like take the step to like, hey, no, like, I do this all the time. Like, this is a side like passion of mine, and I'm really good at it. I enjoy it, and it's just another competitive outlet in organized fashion. I'm really glad I took that step to talk about it because it's changed everything for me.
Yeah, just that part of saying, get up and go outside. That's something now, even for me, because once I was done playing, I went into coaching from high school age kids all the way down to elementary school kids. And that conversation, I get a question, Mom, how do I get my kid off the games? It started by, I say, just put them on a structured plan, say you could play video games for a couple hours and you got to go outside. But that over the last 10 years, that answer now has gone from what game are they playing and what's their rank?
Exactly. And it matters so much. And it's, again, a lot of, like, we'll get into this later in the show about some of the work I'm doing with Stride, but like, there are careers in this and like really like lucrative careers in this space that now parents are starting to see that, oh, wait, maybe they could spend more time on the game because then they'll have an easier chance to get to college or get a scholarship now in esports. And oh wait, those skills transfer into the career that they want to be in. Like there are so many benefits to it. And obviously, like anything, there's balance to it and there's structure that's needed, but there's so much good that comes out of it.
Yeah, very much good. And so with that good, so my first question to you, and it's something that I ask everybody that comes in on the show for the first time. And so what is your gaming origin story? So who was it that you were gaming with? Who got you into it? And what game was it? And how old were you when you started playing video games? Like you mentioned, you started playing competitively at a young age.
Yeah. So like just meandering around on games, like I played on N64, like used to watch my dad play Madden with his friends all the time. And I had an older brother that played like Super Smash Brothers or something like that, but I was only watching them. Like I was never playing. And then one of the first games I got into was like some car game. I don't even know what it was, but you could just drive around, do like flips and stuff. It was on N64 and there were just weird maps. So like that was like my first time like diving in on my own. But I got into Madden with my dad and my brother, and we would have franchises where we'd have to play against each other, like set it up where my dad gets home from work. He's got his game, got to play it. Like, don't make us wait another game or another day for you to finish your game. So that was like my first taste of like, okay, gaming, like organized and all that. But Halo 3 was like their ranked playlist was my first time diving into competitive, and I was so hooked. And I had played Halo 2 with my friends in the garage and stuff. Like that was our game. But Halo 3 came out, ranked came out, online was just starting to be a thing. And that's where I was all in.
Nice. That was Halo 3 was my indoctrination to hardcore gaming, like competitive, really competitive. Because I did Halo 1 and 2 by myself and just campaigned it and then never really touched the online scene. But by that time for me, I had went free agent down to the Houston Texans. And then, unfortunately, that year they put me on IR. You know, I had a bone bruise on my knee.
Yep.
And so
I had one of those too. They're terrible.
Oh my god!
God.
So terrible.
Yeah.
So terrible. But the fun stuff. So of course, on IR, I got time on my hands.
Yep.
Well, and what game was out that year? Halo 3.
Perfect timing. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. And so I started off the season. Obviously, it was in the regular season. It was playing, but practicing. So I wasn't really going hard in terms of hours. So, because I was getting ready for games, studying the playbook. But once I went on IR, and actually also we had a, just like the Packers do, they have a gamers lounge in the stadium. Texans did too. So when I was going trying to play against Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson.
Schaubby. I was teammates with Schaubby for 3 years.
In Atlanta.
Yep.
Right. Yep. And so he was good. And so he was
to tell him about that.
I was getting smoked. I was like target practice. So Ephraim Salam was one of our tackles, and he's a big time trash talker. Yeah. And you know it's always one on the team. And he was like, just shoot AG if you want to get your KD up. Just shoot him up.
Oh man, you took that personal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't let it. I didn't get too mad. I just like, I'm gonna get better. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get better. So between that being on IR, which in some ways was a good thing. Yeah. And then that offseason too, going into the 07, 08 offseason and coming back for the next year, I played against my nephews who were in high school at that time. They were sweaty, but I started to play with them more. So you play with good players, you get better at, and that goes across all things. So did that, and so finally got back, got on top. So just like yourself, going through the path of playing with your dad, brother, playing in Madden and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a long process.
Hey, before we get too deep, I want to hear about these. You guys have lounges in Green Bay and in Houston. Tell me about what these player lounges are like and what kind of video games and what's going on in these lounges.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was like back in the day, but right now there's kind of like two lounges. There's one like big lounge, and then there's one like more of a media lounge. So like in the media room, there's like 4 TVs, 4 Xbox PS5 splits. There's like what's that game? Shuffleboard type thing, or like the tabletop
shuffleboard. It's still there, huh?
It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. And then I don't know if you know where like the player development side is. So like their office now has like other games. So there's like when you go to Dave & Buster's, the basketball hoop that like kind of moves back and forth. They have 2 of those set up so you can go side by side on the shots.
Nice.
They have Duck Hunt on the little arcade. They have air hockey, pool. I mean, they just have everything. So like during training camp, really, especially now that like COVID's not a thing anymore, like in between meetings and stuff, you're not just going to be sitting in your locker. You'll go to the gaming lounge and just kill time with teammates and stuff.
Right, right, and that is beautiful. So it did upgrade. It did upgrade a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit with the old school games, bringing in duck. Now I would have been on Duck Hunt. If I was in the
yeah,
building, that's where you could find AG
that's awesome.
after meetings in the weight room and all that fun stuff here. So, all right, next question here on the list here, getting all excited about gaming.
Yeah,
But just on the football side of it, or no, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself.
you're good.
So yeah, so your football path too. So tell us a little bit about yourself there and where you came from on that aspect and how you got on that path of playing sports in general, but also the football path.
Yeah. I was 4 years old and my dad signed me up for football because I was begging him to.
Oh, okay.
Kind of waiver. Like I was too young. I think I was turning 5 like when the season was starting, but I really wanted to play. And I was an angry little kid, just wanted to run around and hit kids. Like that's all it was. So like early in my career, early in like Pop Warner and
Right.
Rec League, I played like DN, linebacker, tight end, like all the different positions that were like physical.
Yeah.
And later on, I think I was like 4th or 5th grade, I started playing quarterback a little bit because I threw the ball really hard and I was pretty accurate as a kid.
Right.
But I was just like this mean, tough kid. And fast forward to 6th grade, that was the year that my dad was like, "Hey, you got to pick a position and stick with it." So I was like, "Okay, I want to play quarterback because I like having the ball in my hands and I like making plays."
Right.
And that was my first year that I like was the guy, and I had one video go viral. It was like my first YouTube post ever. And it was the last play of the game, last game of the season. Threw an 87-yard touchdown pass. The ball was like 30, 40 yards, however you throw it as a kid.
Right.
But last play of the game, and we knocked the team out of the playoffs. And they already doused their coach in Gatorade. And so it was crazy, but the play was nuts. And so that was my first time of like, oh wait, like I might actually be good at this. And then 7th grade rolled around, and we ended up going like 3rd in the nation that year in Pop Warner. And then 8th grade won a state championship. So we just kind of like I was getting better every year, but just it was Pop Warner, so you don't know how good you're going to be when you go to high school.
Exactly.
First 2 years of high school was on JV, just like undersized. 1 year I grew really fast, was super uncoordinated. Like I was just a late bloomer.
Right.
And then my junior year, I started getting noticed. First year starting on varsity, and then my senior year, I really tore it up. Went to East Carolina for 3 years, got a scholarship, was there, and then I got injured right before my first start. It was in training camp. And I had a non-contact knee injury and out for the year. Whole coaching staff gets fired. And so then they leave. I'm going into my last 2 years and I like have never played. I only had like 10 plays, but I was good. Like I knew I could play, but nobody had ever seen me. So new staff comes in and I transfer to Virginia and have to beat out 2 guys that were in front of me from scratch. And I was able to do it my first year. So started that year. Then my next year was my senior year, played really well. Like combine, senior bowl, all that stuff. So it's been like this long process to like nothing was like really ever handed to me or nobody really knew about me, but it's just like one after another, just knocking things off. And then 3 years in Atlanta and now going into my 2nd year with the Packers. So it's a long story short.
Yeah. Long story short, but it sounds like, that's the makeup of a gamer. We have a gaming, reason why gamers say we're grinding because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We get into a game if it's grinding a rank to get to Onyx and Halo, or if it's in League of Legends trying to get to Platinum there.
You don't stop.
Exactly. You don't let anything or anybody, you have some bad games here and there, but you keep playing. You play
exactly, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you.
Exactly.
So
that's the beauty of that. And I think like even me, I remember seeing an article last year saying that a lot of companies are now hiring gamers. Because of that grind, that work ethic, that process that they go through for playing games to becoming a content creator, like yourself, and doing the things that you're doing with that space, which is great stuff. John, did you add anything?
Yeah. Getting back a little bit, I had a question about when you were playing Madden with your dad.
Yeah.
Who was your team? Who was your team growing up that you wanted to, I don't know, maybe you're like, if this football thing works out, I'd love to play for them. Was it ever the Packers, or which team was it?
I was a Dolphins fan growing up, but I played with Michael Vick. He was my favorite player of all time.
Nice.
So I was always trying to, now obviously he was really good in the game too. And I was way younger than everybody else. So like I needed a little bit of a boost, but if I could get Michael Vick, I had him. But yeah, I was a Dolphins fan growing up. And then,
I think it's so cool that your dad played video games. Like I don't know how common that is for someone to be like, yeah, my dad and I were playing Madden tonight.
And it was Madden though. Like he played think I watched him play like SOCOM or some of those other shooter games like with campaign
Right.
mode. But like if it was Madden, it was cool. Like that
Yeah.
was like we bent the rules to stay up late and play Madden.
Right.
Nice.
That's worth it though. That's
Yeah.
worth it. You know, that's that bonding time on top of
Mhm.
that, but then also getting competitive, building them competitive juices, as people say.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of stuff in the charity space. So what are some of the
Yeah.
things you have been doing for kids in the video game space? Because I know I read some things about you helping kids get into the work, into the programming and coding
Yeah.
world of esports, of video games.
Yeah, so a lot of that work is coming with a company called Stride, and they're like big K through 12 learning online. That's their main niche. And so actually when we lost our playoff game, I went in that Monday and I was like, oh, well, I got extra time. I didn't expect to be off so soon. And I
Right.
revamped my LinkedIn and I just kind of updated it because I hadn't used it since college. But I was like, oh, let's just see what's out there like business wise because I have extra time this off season.
Right.
And so Stride approaches me and they're saying, hey, like, we have a role that we want to create for you. And long story short, we want to build out a coaches program for esports. And this is like huge aspirations and it's going to take a lot of work, but we want to bring you on board and you basically run this program, create it yourself with the help of
Right.
us. And within that, there's going to be free courses, free tournaments, all this stuff for kids that we're going to provide free of cost for them. So that was like for me to see a company like willing to spend a lot of money because you know how much money that stuff's taught. Exactly. Yeah. So
Mhm.
to spend this much money to give back to other people, like obviously their long-term goal is to create something that's profitable, but
Mhm.
they're not worried about the money up front. And for me, that was a big one because like I didn't start gaming. I didn't start the content stuff, all that because of the money. That just kind of happened along the way. But
Right.
so courses, tournaments, all this stuff. And now part of my job with them is creating this coaching network where basically we can hire people to teach these courses and pay them good hourly rates for people that are already into games. And maybe they're not the best gamers of all time. Maybe they're not the best players at it, but they know the
Right.
game. They have really good game sense. They have really good like
Mhm.
leadership and organizational skills and all these different things that these big companies value. Well, we're going to try to pull that out of people, out of kids, out of coaches, put it into one place where they can like coach and learn together
Mhm.
and allow them to basically build credible skills on paper for the long term for when they're being hired, when they're going into when these coaches want to get their foot into the door in the esports space. Some people might want to go into casting or production or content management. There's so many jobs in it that nobody knows about. And basically they don't know about it because they don't even know where to look. And we're trying to
Correct.
create that.
Right.
Long story short.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, kids will be able to benefit from this. And I think the biggest thing is just to show parents like, hey, your kids are going to be playing games anyways this summer. Sign them up for a class or two, see how it works. Like there's coding, there's critical thinking. Every class has its own focus mentally. And along the way, like they're going to be playing games anyways. Like let them get something out of it. If they're not already, some of them already are, but
Right.
we're going to guarantee that they get something out of this session.
Exactly. That's beautiful, man. And, I didn't have this, at 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
but what my mom and dad did for me, they gave me the structure.
Mhm.
They said, okay, you can play video games, but you can only play for 2 hours. And then you got to go outside, ride your bike, get in trouble, be a kid. And then
Exactly.
you could come back in and do this. And my dad was in IT. So I would see him sometimes bring in a computer from work and soldering
That's so
iron, tweezers, fixing stuff, getting stuff fixed. And I was his tester, basically.
Yep.
I was a game tester, I think at 7 and 8. And
amazing.
I told the story before, but basically he fixed it one time and it was go ahead, check it out, play it. Hit the power, here's the power button, turn it on. And I got to play Carmen Sandiego and Oregon Trail, and with that, and that kind of was like, oh man, this is cool. I'm hanging out with my dad, but also doing this. He's showing me this contraption, this computer that's pretty dope,
Yep.
And for kids when they're young, that's when they could pick this up easy.
Easy.
It's so
Hit the ground running.
Exactly, hit the ground running. For your generation, I got a son, 4 daughters. I'm a father of 5, so I got kids. You're in your age range that they all do what you do very well. They're on social media. They edit and make their own videos and then play video games and really good at it. So it's just that generation just makes you very. I say y'all got those innate talents. That's something that's just there, which I think is awesome as the age I'm at. So it is awesome.
Especially in my spot, it's just been good timing, man. Like the overlap from when it wasn't cool or acceptable to when now it's like it's the biggest rage of all time. it's been really cool to see like the things I used to hide that I don't have to, that I actually can brag about now, or like put on a resume. Like
100%.
it's been crazy to see the shift, and it's happened all within like my professional career lifespan. So timing of it for me, like it was really good. And now just to be able to give back and kind of help people set up and like start from scratch, but do it the right way without having all the road bumps. It'll be fun to give back in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. You got it, John.
Yeah, I've got a question. So you've mentioned a couple times now, like you don't have to hide it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what was that like? Why did you feel you had to hide this kind of side of yourself?
Yeah, I think mainly it comes from being a quarterback, and that's one of the biggest things that I'm thankful for Aaron being in the same room as him with Aaron Rodgers.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer, and he understands work-life balance and like having a life outside of your main thing, because it can really bog you down and it can make you worse. Like if you're just football all the time, you're going to be worse because of it. And for me growing up, it was football all the time. And especially when I got to college, it was these coaches that just, hey, you have to be like Peyton Manning. You have to do all the extra things. You have to be so over prepared, and like week in and week out, like to hit that reset button is hard when you have all these things that you have to do that really you don't need. And so I tried for the hardest time to be that way. And it just made me play slower. It made me hesitant. It made me I wasn't the best player that I could be. And now that I have other things outside of football, one, financially, I don't have to worry about if I get cut, then that burden is on me and my family to figure things out. Like I have other streams of revenue. So that's like peace of mind. But two, like to have, when I'm out of the building and I'm done with my prep work and I've, done everything that I need for the week, I'm done. And now I get to go be whoever I want to be, do whatever I want to do. But like people know in the building that I'm about my business. So you can't play both sides of it. But the biggest thing is like, you just don't have to hide it anymore. When I was coming out in the draft, people like coaches would ask me all the time, like, what do you do outside of football, this and that? And I never said gaming one time. When I was like, that's all I did. Yeah. Like I was a huge gamer, but like, I don't have to hide that anymore. Now I have coaches that like tell me like what their son said about like some things that I did. Like, oh, like their son showed me something on social media. Like you had this clip, or like you're doing this with this company. I'm like, yeah, like I'm not afraid to show this anymore because people think it's cool. But also I've been thinking this was cool for like 10, 15 years. So like, I'm glad people are finally catching on.
Yeah. And you know what I did when people was like, why are you playing Madden? I was like, because I like it.
Exactly.
Like, well, you a grown man of mine. I'm like, I know I'm grown. Why don't you play?
Exactly. I mean, how it is. Like everybody has something off the field. They just don't show it. So some guys go golfing every afternoon for 4 or 5 hours. What's the difference between them golfing from 2 to 6 versus me gaming from 7 to 11? There's
zero
no
difference.
There's nothing. Yep. And same with Netflix. Like it's all the same stuff. It's just that's how I spend my free time.
Yep. I'll say one year we had lost to your favorite quarterback, Michael Vick, in the playoffs. It was the first time that we lost in the playoffs under 35 degrees. And Michael Vick did it. And so you know what I did when I went home? I played GTA from the time I got home until the next meeting that we had, the end of the year meeting.
Yo, so on Monday?
On Monday. Yeah, because I was like,
man.
It was Atlanta. They were an okay team. We knew Michael Vick was that guy. We knew it, but we figured, okay, we could handle him, contain him, win the game, get to the second round playoffs. Yeah. We wasn't looking past him. It just, we know we do what we do, run the ball, pass the ball. We're going to get past the Falcons.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm playing, what is it? Which one was it? GTA 3 all night long, basically. Because I was like, I can't sleep right now because I don't want to go to sleep, to have dreams of what just happened to us in our home field. So yes, I can relate to getting out of the field, getting out that stadium, and just doing something different, because it does, like you said, relax. It puts your mind, your body in another space, basically. So leading to that space, so you're doing things like you said. You have somewhere, you have a second source of income. You have a second source of things to do. So tell us about what you're doing, what you've been doing. How's it been doing with being with Space Station Gaming? How did that come about? Because I know as a gamer, once I read up on it, and I was like, I know that's a legit esports org, and that man is there doing some things. So I'm excited about that for you. But how did that come about?
Yeah, so I had been with an org for about 1 year and 3 months before, but it was more of just like attaching my name to their brand. Like when I make a video, their logo's there, and there really wasn't like a deeper meaning behind it. It was just they pay me, logo placement kind of thing, and I vibed with what they were doing. But I left them, and Space Station had reached out to me. Well, actually, I posted it all started because I posted a viral clip of me playing Halo, and the skin that was on my gun was a space station skin that I attached or that I bought from the store. So
Okay.
I was wearing all their stuff because I thought it was cool, like black and gold, like cool colors and Halo, whatever. I do like a 360 no scope on Halo, it goes viral, and they comment on it and like, oh, nice skin there. So like I put it in my memory bank for like months later. Like if I ever have the opportunity, I'm gonna reach out to them and just say, hey, like I do a lot of stuff in the space. I don't know if you know what I do, but I think we have some synergy here. So I said, hey, let's set up a meeting, and that's literally how it started. They commented, I DM'd, and we set up a meeting. And then next thing I know, I'm getting signed. I have a salary with them. They fly me out to Utah. We do this really cool shoot. And now it's also opened up other opportunities within their space station brands. Like Space Station Gaming is just like one little bubble of this huge brand that is Space Station. They have animation, they have integrations, they do like marketing, they just do a bunch of other stuff, some Web3 stuff. And so that's opened up the door to like now I have investment opportunities through them because I'm under their name. And there's a lot to it. But the gaming part is just I play games, I make content. I go to like LAN events when they have them. I was supposed to go to Kansas City for Halo, but I couldn't. It was too quick of a turnaround.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to get down.
I wanted to so bad, man. But but so like anything they do, I'm involved with. Some of their marketing things I'm involved with, and it's just.
Is this you in that Halo? Oh, that's dope. Me.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous right now.
That suit they bought, dude. That suit, they've been making content with it for over a year. That's when like Halo first dropped. It's like an $8,000 suit. Like that.
Oh
thing
my
is,
god!
It's
I gotta
crazy.
run this video. I gotta run this.
So basically, the point of this
and that thing is stiff, man. That thing is, it's metal. Like it's metal. Like it's.
So it's legit. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Does not feel good.
Oh man. Yeah, I got my wife found one at like the Halloween store one year, and I bought it years ago. But I kind of know the feeling when you get hitting the creases.
Oh yeah,
it pinches you a little bit.
So like the idea was like we're gonna do like a combine in it, but then I got in the suit. I'm like, there's no way that'll like I'll be cut up. Like no chance.
Yeah, the coaches ain't gonna like that. They're like, hold up, man. What's going on? You know, are you okay? What are you doing? Man, you got to actually teabag a guy.
I got to and that's so that guy his name's Sean Duras. His name's Sean, but he goes by Sean Duras. He's the owner of everything, and he started on Snapchat. Made a lot of money on Snapchat, transitioned to YouTube, and now YouTube is his like income for his family, like for everything. So between his channel, his daughter's channel, it runs all of the businesses until they become profitable and then scale those. So it's just it's crazy.
Interesting. But the funny part right there, then teabag. Teabag is. What do you do when people teabag you in the game? I gotta ask you that.
I get frustrated. I normally complain about like how whatever they did wasn't actually that good worth teabagging.
You know what I do? Like I used to do on the football field where somebody, blew me up. I'm like, I'm coming to get you. I'm about to hunt you down.
You're gonna find them.
I'm gonna find you. And that's what I do the rest of the game. I just hunt people down. Oh man. So that's awesome. I mean, because being, that's the next best great thing. Cause like for me, coaching esports now here at Lakeland University, and that's another passion, and then also obviously another form of financial resource or just something I could do to obviously help somebody coaching these kids up in competitive gaming, but also the team dynamic of stuff, and that we know from the traditional side of it. And so I could hear you when you saying, that you could do this, when you come out of that stadium and teaching, that to the players, like there's other things you could do if you're not going to be the pro gamer. Even if you're not
so much, man,
right? Not the content creator either. You could do this. You could help develop this program, or go into coaching yourself, as an opportunity, or even be the business side of the esports world, because that does exist, and is a very vital part of the industry. So, all right, John, did you have anything?
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about everything that you're doing now. You're the quarterback for one of the quarterbacks. I don't want to say the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely not the guy.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Maybe one day. One day. You never know.
One day.
Exactly. Yes. A quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. You also do streaming and working with all these various organizations, and you're really passionate. So if I had to ask you, when your playing career is done, what is your dream job? Like what would you love to be doing? Is it this, or what aspect of this would you love to be doing?
Yeah, I think for me, like, I don't ever want streaming to be like a job, because no matter what, like what the sub count is, how much I make from like Twitch each month or like the sponsors, like that's all just like a bonus. Like I look at that as like, oh, cool. Like it's a like fruit of the labor kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get into the business side of things, which I'm actually getting into now. So it's kind of like, hey, well, as long as you're playing football, like we'll take whatever time from you we can get. But when you're done, like we have a spot for you. So for me, it's pretty cool to know that like whenever I am done, the transition's already there. But I want to get into the business side. I want to develop products within the industry. I don't know. I think there are so many missing parts still for how advanced everything is that there's always things that can be done better. And I think having that like traditional sports background, blending it with esports, there's just so much opportunity there. And as you know, like Ahman, like there's the exponential growth in this space is just, it's absurd.
So to that point, what is one of the things you say you would see that you can initiate between esports and traditional sports, and if it's coaching or what have you, what is one of those things?
Yeah, I think well, I've already kind of started with the marketing stuff because I've had help from companies with marketing. I have a marketing team that's for football, but like they don't know anything about esports at all. So like most of my esports deals I've had to do on my own, and I bring to them and they kind of like scan over it. But I'm like, hey, this is actually how it's done in this space. Like they don't bring them to me. I have to bring them to them to just do the legal work. And so for guys in the NFL, like one of the things I want to do when I'm trying to do it now, but I'll have more time when I'm done playing, is basically create them like a social media starter pack for like, hey, if you want to start getting deals from companies that have nothing to do with football and that are actually more towards like who you are as a person, this is kind of like the baseline of what your social media needs to look like, the things you need to be posting about or doing within your interest. You don't have to not be yourself, but like show that you're yourself in this specific way. And that's something that for me has paid off crazy. Like my growth and stuff on social media has been really good, but I'm just kind of sharing my life as a vlog, but like kind of like an open diary in a way with fans. And they just want a connection. And you know how the Packers are. A lot of it is very close to the vest. Like you can't really show inside the facility.
Very conservative.
So I've had meetings with their social media team, and their hands are very tied on things they can do. And so
very
for me,
tied. Like, I've had those same meetings. Okay.
Yes. So you know how it goes. And so for me, I'm like, well, I'm just going to show what I can. And if I'm going to ask for forgiveness, not permission, if I show a little too much, I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I get cut. Like, I'm not afraid of that anymore in my career. I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to show up and work hard.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. I just like I'm going to be myself, and you're going to like me for it, or you're not going to like me for it. But the people there like me because I am authentic in how I go about things. I give everything I have when I'm in the building. I support my teammates, and some of the things that I do gaming, like it's just part of who I am. So it's they've taken to it, which has been really cool. Yeah.
And like what you just said is a gamer. Is basically the gamer ID, which we both are, which we all are really, because John, he's a gamer himself. I kind of pushed him a little bit into it. And a couple of years ago when we started this podcast, I said, to him and our other co-host that was with us, Ben, I say, hey guys, just pick up a game. You don't have to go hardcore. Just start playing a game so you kind of in the space. And John picked Rocket League, and now
that's awesome.
He's playing and he's pretty darn good at it. But it just he's good. He will underplay himself.
Let's not get too crazy, Ahman.
I'm not saying he's good. I'll just say that. Okay. But what I'm saying is, what you're saying, Kurt, is that as gamers, if you're watching a streamer, you watch that streamer for a certain reason. If it's not the pros, getting some tips from that pro streamer, if he or she's a pro streamer, or if he's just a streamer that plays a game a lot, you're getting tips on some level, or you just want to see them be them. And you nailed it, because I remember I did an event. The Packers do the where they it's in the off season, so it's going to happen where they do the Packer tour and they go visit little towns here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there talking with a few of the people that put that event, and it was part of the marketing team. And they said, Ahman, it was me, Aaron Ripkowski, who you just missed.
Yeah. I do know him though. I played Call of Duty with him.
He goes ham. I was just
he does. He's really good.
I was just telling my stream last week that he goes hard on Warzone, and I'm gonna try to get him on the show as well.
Yeah.
He goes by Klapkowski now on stream.
He's clapping people.
He's clapping them all day. But we were talking. We were talking. I said, when we get to the hotel, what's up? He said, oh, I play UFC. I said, I don't know how to play it a whole lot, but we could beat me up. And then people of the marketing team overheard us talking. It's like, what y'all about to? What are y'all talking about? I said, we're gonna play some video games. And then like, they just kind of give us that blank look, like, why? are you playing video
Yeah.
games? I'm like, because it's fun to
That's
do.
what we do. Yeah.
What we do when we have our own time to do what we want, it's like, and it's fun. I stream, I do on, this is when I started, this is like 4 years ago. I was like, yeah, I stream on Twitch 2-3 times a week. I was just getting into it. And they're just like, really?
Yeah.
Kind of like the same type of really that you
when
got.
I started, dude, it was like people are, well, how much do you make on Twitch? And I was like, like $300 a month. And they're like, why the hell are you doing that? And if I would have listened to them and stopped, I would never have had the opportunities that Twitch opened up for me. And
Exactly.
but again, I didn't start to do it because I wanted to make ninja money. Like, that's not what I did it for. I just was showing what I was already doing. I popped on the camera and like talked to people and talked to fans, just like I did on Twitter early on when I had 1,000 followers. And that kind of has grown into something I didn't expect it to be. But again, like, it's just, why do we do it? I would be doing it anyways, even if I wasn't making money doing it. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's what we do. So, and it's what we enjoy.
Exactly. So we got a few more questions here because we know you got to jump here in about 15 minutes or so. So I got John's question teed up for you right here.
Perfect.
All right. There you go.
I saw you retweeting something from Pat McAfee's show. I think were they talking to Ian Rappaport or and they were talking about potential targets for the Green Bay Packers at wide receiver. So which wide receiver are the Packers going to end up getting this offseason?
I think if I had to just like put a guess out there, I think it's going to be Odell. That's like, I could see him once he's healed up. Like, he fits our scheme. He was able to pop in mid-season with the Rams and have a crazy season. And the style of play with Aaron, he can make a guy like that look even better. Like, it's that those two play styles I think will mesh really well. And I wouldn't be shocked to see Julio here in some capacity because of his experience with LaFleur in Atlanta and in Tennessee. Or I know he was not in Tennessee with him, but he was with him in Atlanta, and then like same system in Tennessee. Like, it's there's a lot of synergy there. So there's no like learning. And that's the biggest thing. When you get a vet receiver, a lot of times they stick within the system or within a coaching tree because you just know they're going to pop in. They're going to know their job. You don't have to teach them anything. They just know the playbook. So I would say one of those two. If we get any of them.
Yeah, if you get anyone. How important is it to get that next guy to replace Devontae Adams?
Yeah. I think it's important, and I think it might be in-house too, though. I don't think we have to go outside of the Packers facility to get it. We do have some young guys that are going to have to step up, and we'll have to see. But I know we drafted some studs, and I think having another vet guy in the room in that role too would help too. So we'll see what Goot and those guys they pull off. But I would not be shocked to see it go any which way, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, that's a solid question because the big movement with Devontae going out to Vegas, obviously big shock to everybody's system. But as an athlete and as an esports gamer, you mentioned it already. It's just basically the stuff we hear in the locker room: next man up, my mentality, and then for me too. I posed the question. Excuse me. If I was the wide receiver coach, it's like, who's going to step up? Who's going to be that guy? Because we want every team in every room, quarterback room, running back room, wide receiver, O-line, D-line, all the position rooms. You want that one or two guys be like, we're the guys that the quarterback's going to trust us, to run the ball, catch the ball, block for them, defend the ball, stuff like that. And that's where the competitors come out. And you find out those are the guys that are going to basically be the ones that's going to get hungry, as Ezekiel does. They get hungry and make big plays.
Can I ask one more sports question?
Yeah.
I got one more. Because Ahman and I were talking just at the beginning too about Brady and this deal he signs when he retires for 10 years. I got it, $375 million to be a broadcaster on Fox. When you hear that, what do you think that you can go from the playing field and make over $250,000 just doing games? Because honestly, I'm gonna say this. I saw this on Twitter and I agree. Like if Gus Frerotte was announcing the games, I still got to tune in and watch my football game. You know what I mean? Whether it's Tom Brady or whomever is really announcing.
Right.
Yeah, I think the big one there. So like, you can pay anybody to do it, and you can get some guys that really know how to talk. But where they're gonna make their like most bang for their buck, having Tom in, is they'll get some more viewership because it's Tom. But I think also like the content after the fact, when they repost things on social media, those things will be more viral. And then those things will generate more eyeballs. And then I think the funneling of people to their platform becomes a lot. It's a lot easier to pull from other areas to what they really want their focus to be. Kind of like me, like on TikTok, I have a lot of followers. If I want them to go watch my Twitch, I'll post about it. But it's kind of like that Tom Brady thing. Like they can use that. I have a dog too that's been barking this whole time. But they can use that not just for that that broadcast, but in other forms of content and other things they're doing that can help grow other parts of their business or their model. That's kind of what I see it as.
That's a great, by the way, that's a great perspective, because if you get on sports Twitter and you just talk about that, it's everybody saying, I can't believe he's getting 300, which is really honestly a ridiculous amount of money to begin with, but I can't believe he's getting that to talk, blah, blah, blah. But I like your angle because it goes deeper than just the announcing on television.
Yeah. And it's everybody in that space is using the same model. It's just how big is someone and then what can they leverage from that? Like they're not paying him $37 million a year just to broadcast. They're paying $37 million to have him broadcast and use him wherever the hell they want to.
Exactly.
And that helps them get other deals and sponsors if they want to like throw into what their mix is when they have a Fox commercial and so has to pay for it. Like they're going to get way more money because Tom is on that broadcast versus somebody else. So like they're getting their money for sure. He's just getting a bigger piece of the pie, but so are they.
Exactly. Great answer. Great answer.
That is a great answer.
I got to go let my dog in real quick. I need like 1 minute.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We got dogs. We've got.
I know.
What's your dog's name, Ahman? I forgot.
Apollo. That's Apollo.
Apollo.
Yeah, that's Apollo. I haven't. He's whining. I don't know why he's crying.
Big baby.
The door is usually open, so maybe the door is shut, and he's like trying to tell me the door's shut. Let me see.
All right, you guys go check on your dogs.
No, he went upstairs. No,
I wish we had more dogs on the stream. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, that could happen. They would love to be on the stream. Ace, he would probably be the ham. He's the puppy.
What kind of dog? What kind of
English
dog?
Mastiffs. English.
Okay.
They're both English Mastiffs. Yeah, and they are. Ace is officially 161 pounds, and Apollo is like 190.
We're gonna have a dog cast. Somebody in the Twitch chat suggested a dog cast.
That's what you could do.
I don't have a dog. So
all right, we gotta
get
a
loud husky.
I had a husky. I had a Sibie. Did you have a Sibie? You have a Sibie?
He's Siberian and Malamute mix.
Oh, he's big then.
He should have been. I don't know how he's 50 pounds, but yeah, he's
that is small.
Yeah, right. He's like husky Malamute, and then like 15% of like some sort of small Alaskan dog. So he's like this weird mutt, but he looks cool, I guess.
I hear you. Yeah, I had a Sibie for years. He was around 40 pounds in that range. So the last question here, because I know you got to run here in a little bit, and you mentioned it already, that home life balance. So how do you balance the family, the football, the esports right now? Because that's what you have going on.
Yeah, it's tough, honestly. I don't sleep as much as I should. That's like the one, like I feel like I thrive in a lot of different areas, like taking care of my body, eating well, all that stuff. But like sleep is the one that like I haven't budged on it yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah. But it really like once all the business stuff in esports started growing, I had to start hiring people to take things off my plate. So like I have people that I've scaled things out to that like when I need a thumbnail made, they'll just go handle it. They have a folder that I drop all my pictures in and they can just go handle it. I send them the money to pay for it. So like I have help there. I have great mods on Twitch that help me a lot with clipping. So I don't have to spend as much time going back and finding clips for like streams for TikTok. And so I have like processes like that across the board that I've developed that save me hours across the week. And now it's gotten to the point where like I need to hire help around the house so that when I'm in meetings and stuff, like I can't really spend the time to like do like certain cleaning things or whatever because I'm in meetings all the time outside football. So everything I've done and made, I kind of just push back into it so I can scale it higher. And I'm working on now, like kind of getting a team around me to do more of that stuff too. Just because it is growing faster than I was kind of ready for it to grow, but it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it definitely is a good problem to have. I definitely agree and been there with you in terms of the relating to the time. Yeah, having kids. I was father of four.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I know exactly how that is, and to get home and have the energy to be with them, but then you might have to hit the playbook a little bit more. Watch film. You can watch film now at home because of the iPad and all that fun techie stuff. But definitely can relate to. And then you try to every now and then you got that itch. You're like, all right, I need to get some infinite in. Let me just get one round.
Yeah, I need a couple. I need to see that rank go up just a little bit today to know I made progress.
Yeah, this little nab. This is a dab.
Yep.
But Kurt, man, I want to say thank you for coming on, in your
Thank
short
you.
time here during the off season, because I know you're in the middle of OTA. So I greatly appreciate you for coming on. And I'll be online. Text me your gamer tag so we know now when you're playing Halo. I'm playing Halo, then we can link up for sure. Tell Mr. Aaron Rogers I said what's up. How you doing? To him, and I got your Twitter, your socials up online right now. Your website I just popped it on the screen here, so people can go to that and check it out, follow it, see more fun videos and more information about you there. Getting hype on the field at Virginia. I hear you.
I appreciate it, man.
But man, keep up the good work. Continue to keep striving the way you're striving, and just know this. I don't know if anybody's mentioned this to you, but right now you're in the same path as another old Packer quarterback, Mr. Brett Favre. He was a Falcon. And then he became a Packer. And then after that, big things happened. So
that's true. Just got to keep going, man.
Just keep rolling.
Can't let the esports stuff distract everybody from the fact that I do take my job very seriously.
Exactly.
It's just another piece of the pie.
Yeah. Exactly. So, man, have a great have a great rest of your off season, and then obviously we'll be watching during the regular season.
Thank you, guys. I'll catch you guys next time.
Cool. Peace out.
See ya.
All right.
He's a cool dude. He's
very
a cool dude.
Very cool dude. And is the general, that generation, that Gen, he's probably we're Gen X. So that's Gen Z, I believe. He's Gen Z.
No, he's how old is he?
He's 26.
Yeah, is he a millennial? Whatever.
He's a millennial. That's what it is. Because we're Gen Xers. He's a millennial. And so he is encompassing that right now. Able to have full exclusion, want everybody to experience certain things for not, regardless of where they're at, and teaching them things at a certain age, at a young age. So then they absorb it a lot easier, as they grow, because then it becomes second nature, because I remember watching my kids, and I'm pretty sure your daughter probably does this, John, where having that iPad or having something, phone, and they just poop, 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 poop. Oh, Dad, look at this video I just made. And I'm like, you're 10. You just made this video. I need to call Steven Spielberg. Like, hey, let me get you into director school immediately. This is awesome. I'm like, what? I remember my son made a voiceover video of Hey Arnold and him and his friends that spent the night one night. Yeah. And I'm sitting there watching this video and cracking up, laughing, and the edit was on point. The voiceovers were on point. I was like, we got to call. I know some people in Hollywood. We can make this happen.
It's crazy.
Let's clap this thing up. It's like, oh, wow.
Hey, by the way, I looked up Kurt Benkert's birthday. He's born in 95. And according to the internet, Gen Z is between either 96 or 97. So he's almost a Gen Zer. Okay. I think there's like that kind of crossover between millennial and Gen Z. And that's what Kurt Benkert is, I guess.
Yep. Younger millennial. Yeah. There's Sergeant Maul Reynolds has said, drop that in the Twitch. So Sergeant Maul, Notorious, everybody in the chat, thank you.
Yes,
chat's been good. Been putting a lot of stuff in there, and we'll get on to what you want to do, John? This or that?
Let's do it.
This or that, or some news stuff.
Oh yeah, let's do the quick. What are you up to? You?
Let's do the news stuff here. So I'm gonna give a quick update. Like I did last week, I'm getting into this routine of giving the updates of the league. So I kind of got off for a while. I think I'm going to bring that in. So back in. So I'm going to give a little update of last weekend's Valorant tournament for the VC. So the Valorant Champions Tour that's been going on here in the last that was last weekend. It was and we had some big hitters and some top 5 plays that was hit up by some of the best players. So we had Cinnamon from Guild X team. I mean, she is in here, as I say, pinging people, headshotting all day long, and using Brimstone right there and getting a couple headshots right there, but then a nice little headshot right there, boom. And then hit the ultimate, the Rolling Thunder, to clean up the map, and then get another quick headshot. You didn't see that right to the right. It was another quick headshot. So that was number 5. That was just number 5. And then number 4, we got Bam from Knight's team. 3 headshots in a row right there. Ping, ping, and then ping. Then gets taken out, but damage already done, for her team there. And another headshot with the knives. I think playing with Viper. I think that's Viper. I'm not sure. I know the chat will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm on that. And we're just still wrapping up with you see this right here coming into contact. You had two players right there, and the second one missed her. So we have Smurfette here, number 3, headshot. Headshot, clearing it.
Toss it.
Another headshot. Toss the grenade to make some action there. And then just hit him with a bazooka. Just say, you know what, I'm going to just get the big gun and let her have it. So headshot. Box. I love the name, Smurfette right there. I love the name. Smurfette. And then we got Brock from Ghost Gaming. We got the operator. And then now coming in position, getting a headshot there. Finishing off one more headshot right there. Coming down, jumping down from the top rope, but did not work. And then Brock picks up the sniper or the operator and gets the clutch kill right at the end. And then the number 1. At first, I'm like, wait a minute, all them great headshots. And then I'm like, what's going on? What's going to be number 1? But number 1 here is the number 1 headshot. That's number 3. That's 4. That's 5. 5 in a row headshots to get the win there for his team. It's just like, it was a good vow going on. And that was by Alexander from Squirrel Warriors for the VCT tour right there. So some crazy game shots right there put on by some amazing pros, young ladies there balling out.
You know what you need? You know how ESPN has the not top 10? I also need the not top 5.
Yes, we do. I'll see what I can find on the internet.
Yeah, just the total fails.
Right. So that was my quick hidden news bite, little update on Valorant League. What you got, John?
I've got a couple of different stories. So I saw one. We're working on getting the writer from The Athletic. Wrote a story last month about Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball. I don't know if you remember that game, but I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw,
I do remember that game. That was my favorite player of all baseball players. So I'll get it up here on the screen here in a second.
Okay. I love that game growing up. And we'll get to this story here in a second too.
Okay.
But the Griffey stuff, we're going to try to talk to the author of that article that went into the game, that went behind the scenes basically and tracked down. Because if you remember, Ken Griffey Jr. was Ken Griffey Jr., but everybody else in the game had strange names, right? They all had made up. I remember Cano Corn was a guy's name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yep. So there were all these silly names in Ken Griffey Jr., and he kind of tracked down the background of all those silly names. So that's something that we're going to be having on the podcast coming up in a future episode where we kind of dig deep into that. I love that. But the game, you see this one here. This is actually, I got this article from ESPN.com. FIFA, EA Sports to end their video game partnership.
Really?
The game will continue under a new name. So this is huge. That's huge. This is big stuff. EA Sports FC will be introduced from 2023 after it creates the final game in partnership with FIFA later this year. Now, licensing rights for the game earn FIFA about $150 million a year. This article states.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the single biggest commercial earner in its expected $7 billion total revenue from 2019 to 22. So FIFA rather promised a number of new non-simulation games already under production, but this is pretty big. I mean, because FIFA and EA Sports, boom, that's been a partnership for a really, really long time.
Right.
So EA Sports FC will kind of be, I don't know. What do you think this does, Ahman, to FIFA?
I mean, the annually rate right there is about to go down, or it depends who picks it up as the new holder and creator developer of the game. But it could be 2K Sports. They're already doing well with NBA 2K, and then they have their other games, RPGs that are out there. So with EA though, they've been with FIFA. They've been rolling the FIFA games out. I want to say at least the last 20 years, since 2000. 2001, 2002, and we know the marketing behind it. It's a big machine of marketing that does a great job. Once they created it's in the game, that went across all their games. That wasn't just for Madden. That was for FIFA. That was for NBA Live at the time. So you got a big name franchise just switching, pivoting. And so that pivoting, there's going to be a drop off. But I think FIFA being a worldwide game, soccer being a worldwide game, it's going to probably, drop down a little bit, but they'll pick up steam again.
Yeah.
And it's the interesting part to me, like I mentioned already, it just will be, is it going to be 2K Sports that picks it up? And then that gives them now momentum, because they got momentum with NBA 2K and a few other shooters and RPG games that they're making already. So this could be another thing. Hey, you know, what is it? Another man's loss is another man's treasure, or something like that.
Trash is, yeah.
Another man's trash could be another man's treasure. This could be the scenario for FIFA, the game being picked up by someone else, if it's 2K or another sport gaming company out there.
This is big news. 30 years they've been together in partnership, EA and FIFA. And this article also mine as we wrap this up, though EA Sports, I'm reading straight from ESPN.com, though EA Sports FC will be unable to include FIFA content, including the World Cup, it does retain licensing deals with the English Premier League and the UEFA Organized Champions League. So they still have those contracts. It's just going to be under a new name with EA. But like you said, who picks up the FIFA name? And this is crazy, man, because FIFA and EA have been together for 30 years.
That's huge. I mean, it's like you go another, you know, staying in the athletic world, Brand Jordan, Nike. You know, say if Nike would have dropped Brand Jordan years ago before they really picked up steam. Yeah. You know, they've got steam now. Brand Jordan now is the official NBA uniform now. But obviously we know the shoes. But say if they did it within the first couple years of that company just starting like in the mid 80s, going into the 90s, what if they dropped it then because they may have had a disagreement or something with Michael Jordan or whatever? You know, what would have happened? What if? You know, that's a Marvel thing. I'm gonna play the what if with that on that aspect there. But interesting, and it's very interesting, and it's gonna be even more interesting who picks it up and takes the ball and runs from there. So we're headed over to that fun game that we call this or that, John.
Or that.
All right. Get the graphics going. Got this or that. First one up. I wish Kurt was here. I put some stuff in here for him. I wish he was here, but we could ask him. I can ask him when we're streaming some Halo or something. But here's the first one up. Be someone else. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm taking over. You go. You there, John? Hello? Oh, he's froze. Oh, so I guess I do take it. I thought he was just sitting looking at me with a crazy look. But the screen froze on him. So the first this or that, and I'll wait for hopefully John gets back in. Be someone else or just be me, be you. Just be me. And for me, he's back in. There you go. There you go, John.
I just got to fix one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My bad.
Yep.
Technology.
Exactly. We got patience. We can wait for you. The this or that is waiting for you.
Okay. I should be back. Back.
Right.
Is it me? Hey, I'm back.
There it is. So there's the first this or that, John.
All right. Would you? Oh, okay. Be someone else or just be you? Ooh. Okay.
I know Kurt's answer. Just be you.
Just be you. And that's what the answer should be, right? Like just be yourself.
Yep.
I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see what it'd be like just to be honestly, just like to be in the brain of anyone else, just to see what other people like.
Ooh.
Like just something different. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be like a famous person, an athlete or whatever. Just to be like, what do other people think about? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. Well,
I think I'd be into just doing that. Can I do it for a day? I would be someone else for a day.
For a day, yeah.
Yeah, like Hulk versus Spawn says, if it isn't permanent, yeah.
Right. There's been several movies that been, people's been like Freaky Friday. Remember the movie Freaky Friday, the old one and the newer one with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. That was the latest. I'm pretty sure that's they're remaking that someday, anytime soon.
I think it has been.
But I'll be just me. I like being me. I could watch a movie to see somebody else be somebody else. There you go. So I'm gonna be me. What about the Twitch chat? Where we at here? We had Notorious Afro says, I want to be someone else for just a while, but come back to me. So kind of like you, John. She's kind of in the area that you're talking about. So just for a day. That's where you and Notorious lie. All right. And then Hawk versus Spawn says, if it isn't permanent, I'll try being someone else. There you go. So y'all, you got a good little fleet behind you.
Yeah.
I'll say for a few hours a day, 24 hours, 48 hours.
Definitely.
No problem. That's a good one.
I tried that out.
And Notorious has another one. Be a kid as an adult. I'm already that. That's what you're looking at him. For real. I'm only an adult for about 3 hours out of the day. Because then I pay bills, I set up phone calls, meetings, coach my players. Then other 12, 17 hours that I'm woke, I'm a kid. I'm 10-year-old of mine. Just letting y'all know this. This is how I was when I was 10. Okay? Just letting y'all know. I was very put together as a 10-year-old. I was mature for my age. Boom.
Boom.
Little secret. A lot of people don't know that. My wife knows that. That's why she shakes her head at me all the time. Or she's yelling down the stairs at me. Boy, do this. Clean your room. Dang.
Clean your room, on. Ooh.
This is a good one.
That 15 minutes of fame or 30 minutes of wealth.
And so what I'll do, like I just answered for Kurt before. This is a Kurt answer. He'll be. I say Kurt will go 30 minutes of wealth. The way his conversation went.
Why do you say that?
Because he's just forward thinking. He already's doing stuff that he said, I don't, if I get cut, so be it. I'm doing this with Space Station Gaming. I'm already have another career going at the same simultaneously. So boom. So I kind of I agree with him. So me too. 30 minutes of wealth for sure.
Because you know what? Fame isn't always what it's cracked up to be.
100%. That's that answer, that question, what you just, that remark just said is 100% right.
So 15 minutes of fame may sound cool, but it may not be. You might as well just get paid and have that 30 minutes of wealth. And just like Big B says, got to impulse buy.
Right. Or Big B says this.
Oh, God.
I wish I could be John for a day so I could find out who killed Sarah.
But then you wouldn't find out because I still haven't found out who killed Sarah. I think I might just leave that a mystery for the rest of my life.
Notorious Afro says become an actress. There you go.
Big B.
I'm envious of actors. That's what she put. And then Sergeant Moreno says 30 minutes of wealth and going on a spending spree.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah.
I think the Twitch chat has convinced me I got to be wealth. Yeah. Just go crazy. Buy some cool stuff.
Because wealth, obviously, like wealth is Bill Gates. He's good forever.
You buy anything you want.
Right. Pretty literally. You could be the king of Zamunda, like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, King of Zamunda, where they were just doing whatever. It was more Simi than anybody. There we go. Big B said 30 minutes of wealth. Oh, yeah, the impulse buy. That was that one.
Yeah. And
another one here. We got a lot of comments on this one. Notorious Afro says wealth. Imagine all the things you can buy in 30 minutes. Supermarket sweep at a higher level. I like that answer, Notorious. All right, next one here. This and I had set this up for Kurt, so I didn't know how much time we get with him. So we had some fun questions here at the end. And the first one, we can all relate to this because we all seen the Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right. We know what Star Wars is about. So here we go.
Ooh, be a Jedi.
And that is from Luna the King in Discord from the past week. So
cool.
He sent it. Yeah. So if you are in a Discord, so just reminder for people in the Twitch chat, if you have a this or that, drop it in the Discord, and I can put it in on next week's show or the upcoming show. So do that, and that's what Luna the King did. So there you go. What you got, Jeff?
We'd love to hear your this or that ideas because I know that I'm sure this spurs a lot of thoughts in people. Like, oh, what about this or that? So send them in for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people still commenting real quick on the wealth thing.
I see that. Hold on, I got two guys and a dog. It says 15 minutes of fame. I'll use that to build a quick following and earn wealth from there.
Don't like that. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, I get that. I think
but what everyone's saying makes sense. Imagine 30 minutes. Boom, you buy a house. Boom, you buy a Tesla. Boom, you pay off student loans, like people are saying in the Twitch chat. Right. I mean, you just get to work. Boom, boom, boom. Paid, and you're set. You're done.
Yeah.
You got
even if it's fame, like Notorious Afro says, fame because you could be picking your nose because you picked your nose. You could be
famous because you're the guy that got caught picking your nose at the baseball game or something.
Yep, on TV.
On TV, yes.
Yep, student loans gone from what's that? Teresa, new to the chat. Hello, Teresa.
Yeah. See, right. I think they're thinking along those lines. All right, so back to the Jedi. Be a Jedi or a Sith Lord. Well, yeah, Big B. Like to me, I mean, you gotta be a Jedi.
It's not, and it's and then it's like, get out my way. This you pick people up, or you just don't even move your hand. You just like you just threw somebody. Because I mean, Gangston is Darth Vader. Every time you watch that movie where he walks into the room and all his generals are sitting at that table, and he chokes the one out by breaking his neck with no hands. He goes, or he does do this. He does.
Yeah, I think he does.
But he's like 15. He's not holding. He's just like this, 15 feet away from him, and crushes the guy's trachea in his throat. But that's a Sith Lord who's dangerous and the evil and all that. So I'm gonna go Jedi Master. They're the light side. Yes, Jedi Master, all day, every day. So we know Big B's there with Jedi Master Sergeant Reynolds. I missed a click there, or what he says. He says Sith Lords have more fun. I think Jedis have fun.
They're always they seem very
fun.
Serious all the time.
I say Sith Lords do get in more trouble. Obviously, they create more trouble for shizzle. They do that. Let's see what Alex Rojo 52 says. Sith, what's up, Alex? It's been a while. Sith is cool and all, but I'd have to go with Jedi. Okay.
Talking about the lightning too. A couple of people, Sergeant Mal Reynolds. Two more down. Eeyore says he'd be a Sith.
He would. I could see Eeyore being a Sith. I know Eeyore very well, and my only question to Eeyore is, you know better. Why a Sith? I just want to know that. I was playing with Eeyore last night on Halo. By the way, he's a good gamer. He's a very good gamer. So Sergeant Mal Reynolds says Sith Lords get everything. Jedis get plus Force lightning. Oh yeah, remember when Insidious or Lord Sidious, Lord Sidious, was it ultimate power, unlimited power? That's what he said. Unlimited power. He electrocuted Luke in Return of the Jedi, and then I think he did it to Mace Windu. He kicked Mace Windu, Sam Jack's character, out of the window, and Mace Windu still may be alive. We never saw him hit the ground. Just know that.
Okay.
So
that's true. That's true. They can always write him back.
Exactly. Which I hope they do. That would be so dope to see Sam Jack still wielding a lightsaber and wielding a lot of MS if they let him.
He'll be, you know what, he'll be in one of these Disney, he'll make a cameo in a Disney Plus series.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen.
All right, Two Guys and a Dog said, we're out. He said, no, where I'm out on Sith is having to end all the little killing all the Jedis.
Yeah,
when they did the
great point.
Order 66. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not. I can't go there. Even though I'm evil, I do have my limits. If I am a Sith, going from there. I gotta click something here. There we go. Get clicking all these different tabs everywhere. All right, next one up. Almost done here. I think this is the last. Oh, we got two more. All right, this is for Kurt because, like I said, he's a Halo player just like me. So, battle rifle or S7 sniper rifle in Halo.
I'll let you answer this because you're.
I watched him play last night. I just didn't see him use a sniper rifle, but with the battle rifle, he is money. So I would say for his answer, probably battle rifle. But I never saw him use a sniper, so he might be pretty darn good at that.
How about you?
I say for me, I say now my sniper, right? That is one of my favorite weapons because I've been practicing it in the weapons drill that they have on Halo now. And now I always wanted to get good at it. And now I'm good at it. So I'm happy for myself. So yes, S7 sniper. Boom. Twitch chat. I know it's a lot of, I know Eeyore, he's a Halo player and he goes for the sniper rifle all the time. Where are they at in there?
Alex Rojo says Kurt's a big sniper guy, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah.
The Big B says rifle. Yeah.
Rifle. Do it. Who is this? What's this? Oop. Who's this? Oh, that's Rojos. Yeah, he is. Okay, he is a sniper guy. I would figure. Because he's a good player. I watched him play, John. He's really good. Really good. All right. And that is that comment there. And then the last one of the day.
This
was also from Kurt.
Yeah.
Or what was your answer?
I'll just say whatever you say.
I love that you do that, John. You just like, look, Well, that means you're gonna be a good sniper. You like sniper rifle. There you go.
Okay.
All right. This was tailored for Kirk, but throw a touchdown or catch a touchdown. And I say for most quarterbacks that I know, that I played with, all of them definitely always wanted to line up as a wide receiver and catch the football. So Brett, Aaron, Warren Moon, John Freeze, Kirk Kitna, and John Kitna that I played with as well. They were all, man, I'm an athlete. I could do that too. Y'all just can't talk about it. They would like think we were saying they were bad athletes. I'm like, man, you throw a football accurately. You're not a bad athlete. You just can't catch the ball. We were teasing.
You just can't catch.
You just can't catch the ball. I.e. Tom Brady. This same.
What if they threw a touchdown to themselves? Like it got batted in the air, picked it up, ran it in.
Well, that happened to Brett. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he caught a reception. He got batted and back to him, and he caught it, and he took off running with it.
I'm pretty sure that's Favre's first completion.
It was. Boom. Yes, it was.
It was to himself. How
Yes,
crazy
it
is
was.
that? I think I would rather. Man, this is interesting. This is a tough question to me, Ahman.
And this is back to the battle rifle. As you're thinking,
yeah.
Two dogs, and a guy says, "Ooh, BR." He said they tried and true. What? The tried and true move. But if you are quick with it, the no scope clips on a Halo can be unreal. Yes, I have a couple of no scopes, not made into clips, but I actually did a double kill 360 headshot almost 2 weeks ago. I just didn't get it clipped. I jumped down off this little ledge, and there was two guys lined up right side by side, and boom, it was 360. Pow. I was like, I got the reward. It's on my Steam account. It says, they call it the Quigley. I don't know what Quigley. I think Quigley Down Under. Tom Selleck. You remember Quigley Down Under?
Yeah, I remember
he
that
was
name.
an old rancher, so he might have did that. He might have hit something in the head, double hit. We got Big B says, "Let me be driver and catch a touchdown." He's talking about the catch, the football, throw it or catch it. And he said, "Let me
threw a touchdown.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep, to Donald against Detroit in 2006, I believe. When Mike
You're
Yosef-
lefty, I saw.
Yeah. Boom. It was. We just got that thing. Lefties, we do it right.
Yeah.
We do it right every time.
This is tough because you know what? Ultimately, I guess I'll say throw a touchdown, but like Sergeant Mal Reynolds, either one would be awesome. I'd love to have because you can catch a touchdown out of the backfield. You can catch a touchdown on a Hail Mary bomb. You can, tightrope, catch and lean over with your toes in. Like they're different. One hand, you can do the Odell Beckham, the reach over your head and catch
the one-handed thing.
One-handed.
Boom.
So all those are really cool. But more opportunities are there for catching touchdowns, less opportunities as far as the number of players are for throwing. So
Exactly.
I guess since that's a little bit more rare to do, I'll throw a touchdown.
Yeah. I say I'll throw it, and I've done that too. So it's great. I caught a touchdown too.
I've done it.
Yeah, I've done both. Actually.
Yeah, you've done it all.
Yeah, I actually caught I caught Brett's 300th career touchdown against the Patriots in Gillette Stadium.
Nice.
So I have that on my belt too. Achievement. Bing.
Did you give the ball to him?
I can't remember if I did or not. That's a great question.
Did you keep footballs?
I have a lot. You know what? We were talking off, doing production meetings, me and Notorious. And I could take some pictures or maybe do a small video of all the footballs I did keep. I think I have a majority of my touchdown balls. I had 65 touchdowns. I think I have around 65.
Where do you keep 65 footballs?
Wait till you see my post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I keep it in the house right here upstairs. It's actually upstairs, but you'll see.
Okay.
I'll post it there. So
I
we
want
had
to see this. Yeah.
Alex Rojo says, catching a touchdown would be fire, but throwing a game-winning touchdown would be amazing. Kind of 50-50 on this one. I hear you, Alex Rojo. I hear you, buddy. All right, two dogs and a guy said the collateral, such a great feeling. Uh-oh. Okay. Is collateral? What did I say? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. The collateral, such a great feeling.
You got to explain yourself. Oh, that's the gun.
I
think they're talking about the guns.
Talking about, yeah.
They're talking about guns because the sniper rifle is deadly. Like it shoots through one, not just if you standing next to the person, you will die. It will go through you, the first person, and hit you too. And then there's the gun. There it is. I like the big stalker rail gun. Clips better. Yeah, the stalker rifle is dangerous too in Halo. We're going to have to get you on there one day, John.
I'm in. Yeah, I would love
fun.
to be in. I want to play with you and Benkert and be the guy that gets killed first.
The guy gets killed first. Notorious Afro says, I'd rather be a linebacker and get a sack. Oh, okay. You're going to be on the defensive side. So you're not even allowing them to throw the ball.
Tough.
She going hard in the paint right there. We got a Go Pack Go in there. We got a Go Pack Go and a Go Big Red by Corn Dog. I hear you. Definitely a Husker fan with that name. That is definitely a Nebraska Cornhusker fan. Go Big Red. Yes, sir. We haven't said that enough on this show. And that's just, is that ice cream from Big B? Stinking Badgers. What I'm going to do with these stinky Badgers. Is that ice cream, John? Big B? What is that? Is it ice cream? I can't tell.
A guy in a canoe?
Is it a guy in a canoe?
What's that? What it is? What do you got, Big B?
What is that, Big B? We can't tell. It's kind of small on the screen here. And then one more thing from Sergeant Mom Reynolds. He says, where do you keep those footballs and are they secure? I'm asking for a friend. They are secure. You'll see. I'll post it here in a few days.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. And then, yes, this would happen. This is what I did, John. A double headshot with the sniper. Boom. I did that. Quigley.
Boom.
I wonder if on Steam they save videos when you unlock an achievement. Because if they do, I could post that.
Yeah,
on Steam.
You should. By the way, Big B says it's for What's on Stream. He's rowing the boat.
Oh, we're about to go there too.
Buddy. I can't wait to get on What's on Stream when we get there.
Actually, we gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go game releases first.
Yeah, let's do a couple game releases.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Game releases. We had a lot of fun games, and I got one of the old school games. It's actually a movie. And I say a cult classic movie. Let me get all these other banners down. And you probably know what I'm talking about, John, in terms of the game or the movie.
Yeah.
The movie/video game. Let me get the clips up here. I got the clip ready. Let me get the game. There we go. So the Evil Dead is what I got here for the game here. So hit play. Boom. So the game, Evil Dead game coming up here. It's a survival horror game developed by Saber Interactive and published by Saber Interactive and Boss Team Games. So based on the Evil Dead movie franchise, like I mentioned, from the 80s and 90s, early 90s.
This looks awesome.
So you have your man Ash right there with the chainsaw hand, if you remember him from the movies. It will feature co-op play, co-op gameplay, and player versus player combat. So similar. So this one thing I noticed, John, and Twitch chat, they are been doing this like with Friday the 13th, Left 4 Dead, which is kind of like Friday the 13th. Let me take the captions off. Sorry about that. Or I just let that ride. I can't find the captions.
That's fine.
There we go. Captions. Get captions. Oh, boom.
There it is.
Boom. Right up for you.
Ugh. Whoa.
You see that? They're getting rough. That's Ash, the one character.
But who would want to do that? He'd be a dick. With
A little rough.
You'll scare
On the language, so this is adult rated, obviously.
Literally.
As the guys
dropping F-bombs and F-bombs. You know. So yeah, of course, this is a game I love. It's a horror game, but they've done this over and over again. The only game they haven't done is Freddy Krueger. They did back in the day, but they haven't remade a Freddy Krueger.
You grabbed enough.
So you get
Are you
different.
gonna be playing this? This looks gross.
Yeah, that was. You got shotgun. You got a hand for a chainsaw for a hand. You just bashing the zombies right in the face. That's Lucille right there with the nails in it, like from Walking Dead. If you remember that bat.
For now, I'll leave you with this thought.
So boom.
It was no accident.
This is just straight fun,
brown pants.
Dangerous fun right here.
I'm in.
It kind of has the pace of Friday the 13th if you played that. I don't know if you played that, John, but I know some people in the Twitch chat have played this, you know, because Friday the 13th is a popular stream game here on Twitch. A lot of people stream it because it's just a fun interaction. You can play with friends and get on. And this is like that similar type game. And you have a chainsaw for a hand. So
Who's Chainsaw Guy? Because
that's Ash. His name is Ash.
That's who I'd be.
Yeah. So, and he's done. And then you got this little cutscene right here. I don't know. This guy, I guess he's bad. He's really bad. And he's dangerous. Look at that. He's deadly. Take that with you. He's dead. I think he's dead. You know? No? You think he's dead?
Yeah, he might be dead.
He's definitely gone. You know? So that was Evil Dead that's coming out. And then a fun one here. And it reminds me of the movie Troy with Brad Pitt, where he plays Achilles, the Greek assassin god, or whatever. Was he a god? Was he considered a god? Achilles?
Probably.
So Achilles Legends Untold is based on the Greek mythology. Okay, I say it like that because I had a teacher in college that used to say, "Welcome to Greek mythology." So awesome.
Like that.
He did it every day consecutively until we graduated out of that class. So it's the stories of warriors facing their fate in the war of humans and gods. That's why the game features violent combat systems similar to Evil Dead, and there's gushing blood puddles, heads, and limbs that can be decapitated, similar to Walking Dead. So I picked two games that were like perfect for me and my description of playing RPGs. But you got Greek mythology, mythical creatures, as you just saw there. You get the Greek weapons, the shields, the axes, the arrows, the helmets. Almost has a kind of a look of Assassin's Creed Odyssey that was out a few years ago that I love playing. John,
that guy looked like Michigan State.
Oh yeah, the Spartans.
Yeah, Sparty over there.
And that's what he fought along with. Achilles fought along with the Spartans, but he was like the main guy. He was like the Tom Brady of Spartans. He was good looking. He had the beautiful women, and then he could just chop your head off in one fell swoop.
And then he signed a deal with Fox for $375 million.
There you
just
go.
like Tom.
Just like Tom, you know.
All right, my game releases. I've got a couple of different ones as well. Ahman, where do you want to start here? Source of Madness.
That's the first one on the list, right?
Okay. Yep.
We'll start with there first.
Okay, let's start with Source of Madness, and this is a side-scrolling dark action game set in a twisted, Lovecraftian-inspired world.
I see that.
Powered by, procedural generation and AI machine learning.
Okay. You just went scientific on me right there.
I'm not sure. Take on the role of a new, and I don't know how to say any of these words, a colate as they embark on a nightmarish odyssey. Let's just watch the video and see.
Yeah. I saw that word, Ecolite. Is it Ecolite?
So the thing I like is side scrolling because that makes sense to my brain.
Right.
I'm not sold on this though.
Why not?
Too many maps.
Okay. And what is it about maps you don't like?
I don't know. It looks confusing.
Oh, that means you're the person that doesn't use a map when you get lost. Or GPS. That's what it sounds like to me, John.
I will not ask. Did we just have this on this or that?
We had that last week on the this or that.
So Source of Madness is coming out. It's available on all those. You see Switch and Xbox, Xbox One, PS4, PS5. I don't know. It didn't really sell it to me. I like the idea of side scrolling for real.
Right.
But I don't know. Like your games, like Evil Dead looks more fun. Like that just looks like
3D.
fun.
Well, it has the whole 3D setting.
Yeah.
3-dimensional, all angles. And I forgot to mention Evil Dead, all platforms as well. $39.99 for that, along with Untold. Achilles Undead comes out tomorrow or 2 days from now on the 12th, which is $19.99. But yeah, I mean, side scrolling is old school. So there's a lot of game companies, the indie game companies, that are kind of keeping it simple. Probably less money to make them, but they're still cool. Like for me, and nostalgic. When I see games like that, like last week's game, which I'm gonna download and play and give a review, Wildcat Gun Machine. That one was fun to check out, so I'm gonna definitely get on that. And like similar to the one you talked about here, the Source of Madness. That was kind of that same type of area. You got one more game for us, John?
Yeah, because we've had people blood and killing and swords and everything. So let's go to flipping cactus.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be much different here. Just letting you know.
Right. It's just like a different look. See, Flipping Cactus is it is brutal action driven vendetta featuring a spiky hero. And look at this. Once again, I'm going with these like side scrolling type of old school looking games with a thorny past and rage outbreaks combat style. When the vicious drug cartel raids his home, he breaks bad in a hardcore journey to save his foster family.
He kicks butt. He's like a gangster. He's almost like John Wick up in this piece.
But a cactus.
He's a little green, spiky John Wick.
And they spell cactus with a K.
Cactus with a K, with 2 Ks, by the way. 2 Ks.
Yeah, true. 2 Ks.
Yeah.
So
this is, if John Wick was green and spiky, that's what this is.
I think this looks fun.
It is. It looks super fun. And now look, he's all the guy he just beat up. He's all bleeding and talking to him. Look at that's a grenade. He's about to blow him up. Right. Boom. Look at that.
With the switch.
Obliterate the enemies.
Obliterate the enemies. You like the voice there going? Obliterate the enemies.
Obliterate.
And don't trust.
So there's
did he just get kicked by a donkey?
Did
Did I just see that?
Probably.
He just got kicked by an ass. I could say that because that's what you call a donkey too. That's another name for a donkey. I'm not saying a bad word.
You really can't get
I'm not saying a bad word. Oh man, there. That is
that on Steam. I think you get that on Switch as well.
I could see that on Switch, on Nintendo. That's a fun
$10.
Nintendo-esque game, even though the violence is not in their neighborhood. But they've been developing and producing a lot more, putting the violent, games kind of in their repertoire, games to kind of, I think, compete against consoles and other PC games out there to have on their system. And so there's the price. I think it was a great price for that Cactus game. I think it's like $9. That's at Steam.
$9.95.
$9.95 at Steam. You can't beat that. Even Achilles Untold, $39.99, or actually $19.99. I'm sorry. And like you said, your game, Switch and PC, $12 for Source of Madness, and $9.59 to be exact. But back to Achilles. So Achilles was the Achilles heel per se.
Sure.
It says got to equip some solid boots to protect the heel, i.e. Sergeant Mario Reynolds. You're dead on. That's how Achilles. How you die from getting cut in the heel? I just want to know that. I always wanted to ask that question to my.
You bleed out.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Out? That's a lot of bleeding.
Yeah,
man.
Cover it up. Hey, Big B, don't leave yet. We're getting to what's on stream next.
All right, we headed to what's on stream, John.
Yeah, let's do it.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the. Sorry, excuse me. It's time for what's on stream.
All right, so let me get it pulled up here. Hold up.
I can't wait to watch your what's on stream that isn't on stream. But when it's on stream, I can't wait to watch it.
That's the way you got to do things, man. Even though it's not on stream, where are the videos at? Because I know there's a ton of videos online of this.
Oh, this looks. I cannot. One of my favorite characters in Marvel, ever since I saw the first movie,
really
was Doctor Strange. Something about it was like so cool.
So
every night,
like I said, my what's on stream is not on stream. It's in theaters now, but it will be on stream once it gets to Disney Plus. Is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is a must-go see just to obviously complete the saga, watching from Iron Man, the first Iron Man, to all the way to Endgame.
What I had to do.
And now WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now this. Oh, Spider-Man No Way Home as well. So if you have not seen those movies in a while, I say the quick fixes, or like what I did this weekend to kind of get caught up on this, is watch Doctor Strange, but then watch the last episode of Loki.
Okay.
And that should help you out in terms of like what's going on, the dark dimension. Watch the first Doctor Strange. You see the dark dimension. He's bowing Dumaran or something with the D, crazy name. Dumarano, that he put in a loop and said in the loop that I'll keep you in the loop if we negotiate to leave Earth and not kill people, pretty much.
We should tell him the truth.
So this is continue that conversation. If you've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, where Spider-Man broke the sky That was the Dark Universe. So now this is the multiverses of things happening from what Peter Parker did to Scarlet Witch, and now this. So it is awesome to see that there are more than one Doctor Stranges.
You break the rules.
You know this in a multiverse. You get to see all this craziness going on in it. Fantastic movie. I think it's around 3 hours long, 2.5, 3 hours, but it's well worth the time. So get your popcorn ready, like T.O. used to say, and some hot tamales, which is my favorite, and a bottle of water, and strap in for Doctor Strange.
Oh, I'm so in.
Multiverse of Madness.
Look at this.
All right, do it big. I say go big or go home. That's what they're doing in this. Go big or go home. Wow. That's what Doctor Strange. That's what Marvel is saying.
So
and
if you, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, you get. I was just gonna get hyped. That's all.
There's an Oracle disparity.
I was gonna say. So you saw this right this weekend?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So like, give me a scale of 1 to 10. Like, what's
10.
your 10? Number one. First of all, what's your 10? And then does it live up to that other type of 10 movie?
All right, it's on the level for me. The Matrix, Star Wars, so 4, New Hope. It's that level of goodness.
Wow, that's high praise.
I mean, you got actors, great actors, A-list actors in that movie. That's continuing to set the bar very high for comic book movies.
Eeyore also recommends, so if you're seeing the new Doctor Strange, so Ahman, you say obviously the first, Doctor Strange movie, last episode of Loki, and then Eeyore on Twitch says, watch What If, that cartoon on Marvel.
Yes.
Plus, and you'll get a little bit more of what the movie means. Okay.
It's one of the middle episodes. It's like episode 6, 7, 8, or 9, where they have the kind of like a zombie-esque episode or a zombie episode with Captain America is a zombie, Scarlet Witch is a zombie, and other Avengers and villains and superheroes are now zombies.
I've got homework.
Yes, you got some homework, and it's fun homework. This is the homework you want to do.
Yeah.
When your third grade teacher, Miss Smith, gave you a homework assignment, you're like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
This is the homework you want to do. This is Mr. Green, your adult teacher, saying, hey, along with Eeyore, hey, you got homework assignment, and we need you to study up on some What If on Disney Plus. All of it's pretty much on Disney Plus. You go check it out.
Cool.
There. And then we've talked about it, but now if you've seen it, or you kind of getting deep into it, we still have a preview on this one.
I get it. You did Moon Knight already.
That's okay. Moon Knight is still good. It's still good to talk about.
Yeah, I'd watched the first couple of episodes, and then I kind of got busy, and I never got to the rest. And I know the last episode just dropped this past week, but Moon Knight has blown my mind, man. I'm so glad there are people that say kind of like stick with it, or they tell it picks up in this episode or whatnot. Because as soon as, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, go binge it, because it's
only amazing. 6 episodes.
It's only 6. And we were talking before the show. I was talking with Ahman. I said they basically gave you like a 4-hour movie or whatever, 5-hour movie, and I'm complaining that it's only 6 episodes long. Like, they just gave you this fantastic story that I'm not done with yet, and I just know I'm gonna love it. So I'm just completing Moon Knight, but I get it now. I get it for all those who are saying, "Hey, Moon Knight, you got to see Moon Knight." And I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I watch. As soon as once again, spoiler alert, as soon as he gets shot, everything like, okay, now I'm in. Now I'm like, what is happening? I love it, and I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, and with my friends that I went to see it with in Orlando, we went on Disney property. They have a theater there on Disney property, not far from the Magic Kingdom. And so for me, I'm right there in the mix, and I'm with a whole bunch of other geek friends watching a geeky movie that is full of geeky stuff. You got split personality disorder. You got superhero stuff going on, like right there. And you find out more, season finale was last week, but you can still catch it and binge it, like John said. But it's just, Disney is doing it. They kind of like, let me say, they like the Chicago Bulls right now from the 90s, or the New England Patriots of the 2000s, or the Yankees or the what's other teams or organizations that do it big,
Packers.
And I'm originally a DC fan, but I've made a hard right, and I'm a Marvel fan too as well.
You can't deny the storytelling that they provide,
and it's fantastic storytelling. Fantastic,
so good. I can't wait to finish Moon Knight. I cannot wait to finish it. I am so in.
Yep. And so my sergeant, or not sergeant, Two Dogs and a Guy said it's on the schedule to go see it this weekend, and then I believe he's referring to Doctor Strange there. And then another one that's coming up, John, at the end of this month, May. So excited about Kenobi. And then he says Lord of the Rings show. Really, Sergeant Maul?
I didn't know they were gonna have a Lord of the Rings.
I didn't know they were having a Lord of the Rings TV show.
Well, they should. HBO has to copy that Marvel kind of blueprint.
Copy is the right word.
Lord of the Rings, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, it's a TV series coming up. So
that's on Prime. I'm sorry, I was thinking Game of Thrones.
Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones. Yeah.
The Rings
it's both medieval. A lot of head chopping off, stuff like that. So it's all the same. It's all the same, John. I could see how you can mix that up.
But when is Kenobi? When is that Kenobi Disney Plus?
End of the month. May 25th, I think. The week of May 25th it starts.
Okay, I'm in. First episode date, May 27th.
Yep.
Okay.
And something from the past that ER brings up. We're getting all this because of the delay from COVID. So this is everything that COVID said, no, you can't do this now. Now we're getting it. That's why even so when I watching the movie, we got there early. We was able to see all the previews. So Thor, Love and Thunder, that looks great. That comes out July 22nd. Top Gun, Maverick or something, Maverick with Tom Cruise, but he's like 80 now,
Wasn't that supposed to wasn't there a Top Gun movie that came out, or was it supposed to come out?
It got pushed back because of COVID in 2019. It was supposed to come out in 2020.
Yeah.
It got pushed back. What else did I see on preview? It was, I know for sure, Thor, Love and Thunder. And Thor has been working out, And but yeah, COVID, they did a number on this, but it's bringing back some good stuff. Good stuff. And then ER also adds that DC has great animated movies. Marvel has great live action. Yes, that's been one of the topics of arguing back and forth with my geek friends. Because they say, Ahman, you're DC, you're getting your butt kicked. I'm like, look, I understand that. But I'm enjoying these movies just as you guys are. When y'all go see them, I enjoy it too. Is it because I'm a Batman fan? It's all good. Black Panther, Iron Man, Thor. What else? Spider-Man. Thanos is a badass. I'm enjoying this. Having a good time. So I want to, you know what, John?
What?
We're at the end of the show, broski.
We're done.
We are done. That was episode 108. I want to thank again, Benkert, the young prodigy that is doing big things in the esports world, video game world, and one day will get his opportunity to do some great things as they say over in where Sergeant Maul Reynolds is from. He's from down under. They say gridiron. They call American football gridiron.
Oh, sure.
If you didn't know that, I just educated y'all. You should like that. I just educated everybody right now. But mind blown. So hopefully he could do big. Not hopefully, but he's going to do big things. And so thank you for having him again. Came in on the show. He's probably either studying film because they're in the middle of OTAs, or he's doing some business stuff like he mentioned. He's got to talk to people. He got to get stuff ordered, get stuff posted. I know that life because that's what we were doing. Myself, you and Notorious, we're always having a quick phone call about this post or this topic or how to change the show here or to make it better for everybody tuning in. And, so we know that life very well, John. And everybody in the chat, Sergeant Maul Reynolds, Two Guys and a Dog, Eeyore, Big B, Alex Rojo, thank you. And everybody else, I may have missed the name. I got a new follower here is Stockulon, if I'm saying that, Stackulon or Stackulon. Thank you for following. Hopefully I didn't destroy your name too bad. But I appreciate you all in the same. And again, we have social media. So follow me at Ahman Green 30 is right there in the bottom. Oh, it's right. Hold up. Right there. Boom. And then John, let people know where they can find you.
On Twitter at John Audius Radio, right there. You can follow me on Twitter. You can listen to my podcast, Johncast Podcast, at Johncast Podcast on Instagram and also on Twitter.
Yep. And I
think, by the way, I'm going to be talking about what Kurt Benkert said on my podcast about
that?
OBJ. Like, I think we could get, OBJ or Julio Jones. That I'll be talking about that probably tomorrow on my podcast.
For sure. For sure. And this is a podcast. So this lives in the podcast ecosystem of iHeart, of Spotify, of Pandora. So wherever you listen to your podcast, you could download us there. And then also you could listen and watch us on ESTV Plus. You could download the app. You could go to the website. It's estv.co, or just download the app. You could watch us scroll down to the podcast section, and boom, you'll see my face there, and you can log in and watch me and John talk to Kurt, and all our other past guests, or just when we're talking on our own, when it's just me and John colluding, having great conversations about this or that, what's on stream, and game releases. So check us out there in the ESTV Plus app. Please do it, and we'll be back next week. It should be same bat channel. It should be on Wednesday. This was a request by Kurt because of his schedule, so that's why we did it on Thursday night. But we'll be back on next Wednesday at 11 a.m. So I thank you again, everybody, adjusting and being here to watch us. A lot of people we were everywhere tonight, John. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
All
simulcasting. Boom, 4 places. So a lot of people saw us tonight. All right. So again, to everybody, Big B, Eeyore, Sergeant Maul Reynolds, 2 guys and a dog, Notorious Afro, Alex Rojo, to say the few names, Jackie Gaming 92. Who else? Oh, the Bear fan was up in here.
Oh,
he was in here partying with us as well. So thank you to all of you, and we'll see y'all next week.
Brought to you by Bet Online.
Boom. There you go.